Starting off with our video, I have my character who can die when he get hit by one of those traps here, those spears. If you want to know how to make such traps and as well as how to make player die, I have already made a tutorial about this topic. I will leave the link at the top right of the screen. Now the first thing we are going to do, that we are going to go to our player script and we can make now the respawn function. So starting off, I am going to say that I have vector2. It's called checkpoint. Now at the start, I'm going to put the checkpoint as the rigid body. So the player RB dot position. Now going down, I need to do some modifications on the public void depth. Now I'm going to make something called start coroutine. So what are coroutines? Coroutines are basically something that delay the void. It's a method but a little bit delayed, right? I can start this coroutine from another method. Now how to make one? You will need to write I in numerator and we'll call it respawn. So just like a method, but instead of void or bool or whatever, you are going to write this word right here. Now I'm going to now say that destroy game object after 1 second. So this is basically the this function I made in the previous video, but I'm going to make some modifications on it. Now I'm also going to say animator.set trigger death. So this is going to play our animation. If you want to know anything about animations, I have already made a video. I will leave the link at the top right of the screen. Now I will write yield return new. So what does it mean? So this is basically why we made the coroutine, because of this function. It's called wait for seconds. So this is going to delay the code after it until this time passes. So I'm going to write, you are going to write any kind of time you want, but the most important thing is this is less than the destroy time. And here I'm going to write instantiate game object. No, actually I will just write hero for now, and I'm going to put the position of instantiation at checkpoint and quaternion.identity. So this is not going to rotate, right? Now what is the hero? Now I'm going to make a serialized field. I'm going to make a game object called hero. Now this is the thing that we are going to instantiate, whatever it is. What is it now? I'm going to save, and then I'm going to go to the Unity editor. Then click, yeah, here it is. Now I'm going to go to my king and I'm going to put the hero as the king, right? So I've already made that. You can just going to grab and put it. So now when we start this player.checkpoint, I need to make this public. Now going to the checkpoint, I'm going to go to the script now and we are going to make some modifications. So now here I'm going to write void on trigger enter 2D, and if the collision dot game object dot compare tag is our player, no, not caps, player. That's how I wrote it. So you are going to change the tag of your game object as you wrote it. Now I'm going to say find object of type player dot checkpoint check. Now actually I think public vector2 checkpoint I didn't save. Just try once more. Find object of type player dot checkpoint it should be find object of type, not types, objects I mean, dot checkpoint. Now this is fine, and I'm going to set this to transform dot position. So what this is going to do is when I collide with the checkpoint, I'm going to set the checkpoint variable in the player script to that position. So I'm going to instantiate my character once more. I'm going to respawn once more. The checkpoint is going to be the same position as the checkpoint position. Now I saved, right? And I'm going to head back to Unity, and we are going to make our checkpoint. So you can see I have a character here. He's basically an NPC. So this is going to act as our checkpoint. So I'm going to create an empty game object and call it it point, and I'm going to drag it. I'm going to add a collider to it. So basically a circle collider needs to be small, doesn't need to be big. I'm going to grab this and I'm going to add a component. I'm going to make it a trigger. I'm going to add a component, or I'm just going to drag and drop the checkpoint script. Right, so now I'm going to try it out. So first off, we're going to try getting hit by the spear. Yes, it's our initial position. Now after I get the checkpoint, I'm going to get hit by this spear, and boom, here it is. Now I'm going to check another thing. I'm going to duplicate the checkpoint, right, and I'm going to put it here. And starting our game once more, I'm going to go to our checkpoint and then get hit by the spear. So here, now I'm gonna get hit by the spear, and boom. Now this method is very useful if you want to make basically a score or coins or life system, and you want to subtract one life and then respawn your character with the same hit points, score, coins, whatever. But now we have another method to restart to respawn the character, but it will just blow off our score or whatever. So now if you want to make some kind of an infinite scrolling game or infinite runner, something like Subway or whatever, so you don't want the score to persist in two different game sessions. You will just want to restart the entire scene. I'm going to show you how to do this. So instead of all of this, we are going to just write start coroutine. So here I'm just going to destroy the game object, set a trigger, wait for the seconds, but instead of instantiating, I'm going to say, so up there we need to add a using derivative. You need to write using Unity engine.scene management, and going down there I'm going to write scene manager dot load scene, and we are going to pass the scene, the name of your scene, whatever it is, right? I'm going to save, and then heading back to Unity, we are going to try this method out. Back in Unity, we are going to test this method out. So I'm going to move my character towards the spear, and boom, it just restarted the entire scene. So if there is anything like coins, like progress, score, or whatever, this is going to be gone. This is a new instance of the scene. Now this brings us to the end of our video. As I said, you can use any of the two approaches to fit your game design. Now if you found this video informative, then please hit the like and subscribe button. This would surely help a lot.